Wow.
Offer.
Okay. All right. So first of all, we're going to do the introduction second. We've got a little dilemma here. I'm going to really ask our fans what they think of this. So we're going to do the show at 10 o'clock today. We've been getting good at doing it at 10 o'clock. I get a message from Elaine that the power was out. Now, do we believe that story, or do we think that Elaine was sleeping and she used the power as the excuse?
No, I wasn't sleeping, and then it's been spotty ever since it went out last night. It's been spotty, so I don't know if like there's a tree across the line somewhere.
Okay, so there's no like little scheme going on here. You're up, ready to go. It was power, right?
Dude, I always wake up at 9:50. What are you talking?
All right, so everybody, just so you're aware, you grasshoppers, this is the one and only. She is now the first lady of Kentucky. We lost, what's her name? Who's the Kentucky woman that passed away? The one, the beauty queen, the 7-year-old just passed away. She was on TV a lot. Yeah, she was the first lady of Kentucky. I'll look her name up. I forget who it was. But now, so to add to who Elaine is, at the top of being the governor of Kentucky, the 8th most popular player to ever play Survivor, the first lady of Kentucky, Elaine Stott.
I'm the redneck queen of Survivor. That's what it is. That's my full title.
Really? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I've named myself that. Sandra named herself queen, so I thought I'm the redneck queen. So here we go.
What am I going to call myself? What do I?
I don't know. What do
you call me? Alzheimer's? You call me Oldtimers?
Yeah, you got that. You got old timers.
Yeah, you know what? And okay, so I'm going to bring this up because I don't want you to bring it up and jump all over me. I do have some brain damage, something because I forgot to send you your workout program. So,
dude, I've like quarantined fat, so I'm okay with not working out right now.
Don't say that. I don't like it.
This quarantine has messed me up. It's totally. I got wedding pictures in a month, and I'm screwed because I've not done anything to get checked.
Okay, so why don't we just do this then? Okay, let's forget like the workout program right now. Let's just get up and walk. Like, get the diet straightened out. Walk a lot. Like, try to get 5 miles.
Well, I've been working outside. I told you that, and hell, that's like working out. Packing a chainsaw and cutting trees down for hours and hauling stuff.
Hours.
Yeah, listen. Well, I know you ran a chainsaw before, man. You can do it, but like after a while, your arms get so tired.
Oh, it's a workout, yeah. No, it's good. Well, moving's moving as long as you're moving.
I've been taking the youngin with me because he's been wanting to earn some allowance, and so I've been taking him with me, making him do some stuff. And so we went over to my godmother's and was cutting some brush and some trees down. And we did one trailer load, and the kid was bent over like he was dying. And he's like, "This is terrible." He's like, "When are we done?" Like every 5 minutes. When are we going home? When are we finished? How much more are we doing? You know what I mean? It was like, yo.
How old is he?
He's 14, but he don't get out and do much. And he stays on. This is the whitest kid I ever met in my life. He's like pasty pale. Because he don't ever leave the house. He stays on his game all the time. And when he's wanting to save some money to buy him a new PC, and it costs like $1,200. So I was like, yo, I'm not paying that. You can earn some money. And so I paid him $30.
Right.
I paid him $30. And he's like, yo, how many more days are we doing this? Like, so now he's like doing the math in his head. It's so funny. But I felt bad for the kid. I put a pole saw in his hand, like a weed eater with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Pole saw in his hand, and his arms are about like this big around. Wow. And after cutting like 4 branches, he was like, it was, yeah, I felt bad for him, but at the same time, it's good for him, he needs to learn that stuff. I taught him how to hitch the trailer up and, put the 4-wheeler on and off the trailer and teach him how to back the trailer up. Dude, he's terrible. He's jackknifing the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, he likes that part of it, like trying to learn stuff. He likes that part of it. But I'm trying to teach him a little bit of common sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like small stuff. Like, he wants to pull the trailer like 30 yards away from where you're loading, where you're picking up. And I was like, Hunter, why are you adding that extra 30 yards in there for you to walk? Put the trailer right next to what you're picking up. Just simple stuff. And he's like, oh, okay. Like.
But that is the thing, right? Unless they get out there and do it themselves, they're never going to learn that kind of stuff, right?
Nah, and common sense ain't so common. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
But again, with kids like that, I think back at some of the things that I did. We all did things right. You think about now, they go, "Oh, geez, why did I do it that way? Oh, there's a better way of doing it."
yeah. Well, like, but if you don't let him think for himself, like, and just always just
Yeah,
jump for
yeah,
him, he
totally.
doesn't learn any of that common sense.
Yeah.
So like I'll watch him do, like, okay, when he was unhitching the trailer, he had both legs on each side of the tongue, and he was picking, and I was like, what is this kid? So then he's walking with legs like this, and I
Yeah.
was like, Hunter, he's like, how do you do this? This is so hard. I said, boy, take that leg and stand on one side. You know what I mean? It's like, yo,
That might be a little painful if that tongue goes flying up in the air
I
too.
told him, I said, you're looking to get hurt here, boy. You don't want to be doing that. But what I was saying is like just letting him do it his way and seeing if he can figure it out. And if he don't, then I'm like, yo, this is easier. Do it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it is almost like you've got to let them fail on their own, right? I mean, that's the tough thing as a parent or somebody looking after kids is that you always want to try to protect them, right? And let them, and teach them stuff.
Well,
but yeah.
Well, I come from the school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
My daddy'd be like, what? And so like I kind of give him the same thing. But if it's like me and my woman together, and I'm like trying to show him something,
Right.
like unhitching the trailer or hooking up the ratchet straps or whatever, like she wants to do it for him, and she's like, "No, Hunter, do that," and I'm like, "Let him figure it out," like just give him a second. And she's like, gives me the look, and I'm like, "Oh no."
That is, that is a tough thing as a parent, right? Because your initial instinct, it's almost automatic to want to jump in and save your kids, right? I mean, do it for them, but that's when you got to pull back and let them do it themselves.
Well, I told him, I was like, Hunter, get on the 4-wheeler and load. I got a little tilt trailer that I use when I, pick up brush and stuff. And I was like, Hunter, he had never loaded the 4-wheeler up before. I was like, Hunter, get on the 4-wheeler and load the 4-wheeler up. And Tanya looked at me and she's like, and I said, he'd be all right. So he gets on it and he goes to pull it. He's like, how do I do it? What do I do? I said, just figure it out, son. You're not going to get killed by doing it.
Right.
And so he come up on it, and you know how it like tilts up and down?
Yeah.
It freaked him out when it come up. And Tanya was, because when the trailer comes down, it slams down hard once you get the 4-wheeler in the front of it. And Tanya's eyes got so big, like I just killed her baby or something. It was like, and all it did was scare him. But that's the thing, though, is like she wants to do things for him and tell him exactly how to do it. And I want him to think for himself and to figure it out.
Yeah, have you sat down with Tanya and had that conversation? That's what you're doing? Have you sat down with Tanya and had that conversation that's what you're doing?
I tell her that all the time. I'm like, yo, let him do it. He's got to figure it out.
Right.
And she just looks at me like, you better not hurt my baby.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Which she knows I would never do anything to like put him in danger. But at the same time, I'm one of those. It's like, yo, if you get a few bumps and bruises until you figure it out, then oh well,
Yeah.
Where she's like, oh my God, my baby's sweating, like.
I know. But that's also a great sign about how great a mother she is, right? Like she loves her son, she wants to take care of him. So that's a good thing. But,
listen, this woman, she does everything for her kids and bends over backwards. Whereas, I didn't have the same kind of upbringing. I mean, my dad, like I said, he was tough as nails. You was highly independent when I was a youngin'. I was washing dishes, doing laundry, like, you know what I mean? Like doing all kinds of stuff.
You don't wash dishes. You only wash dishes now. What are you talking about?
I was raised, I had my dad and my 3 brothers. And when dad left for work in the morning, he would say, this has to be done.
You know what? We're going to get your father on the show. We're getting your father on the show.
So listen, so dad would go to work and then the boys would be like, Elaine, you need to do this. You know what I mean? So then I was the youngest. So it was like, I ended up doing a lot of my brother's laundry. I would make
I'm not buying. You know what? We're getting your father and one of your brothers. Maybe we get all your brothers on the show at the same time.
No, you get my brother on here, which he's a year and a half older than me. And me and him was the one that butt heads the most. And he's the one that would make me do all his chores and we would fist fight and everything else.
You know what? Maybe I'll just contact him directly. I'll do a show with him and I'll ask him these questions, whether this is all true or not. No, we need to have you on there. No, we'll do the 3 of us together.
Yeah, but my dad was pretty hard-nosed guy. And and so like I'm that way towards like Hunter, you know what I mean? I'm like pretty hard-nosed with him, whereas mama's like, oh, my baby, Yeah, so our parenting skills are a little different. I'm like, yo, if he breaks something, it's okay. Just let him do it. know?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, growing up in the farm is the same way for me, right? Baling hay all the time and everything. Although my father, like when he farmed, like, if he how to load a wagon full of hay, right? So,
Yeah.
You're trying to, obviously, the more hay you can get on the wagon, the less trips you're going to make, right? So when I was getting old enough that I could load the wagon, my load was bobbling all over the place, and everything, and half a load, and wasting time. And he would, when I drove the tractor and he would load the wagon, like every wagon load that he loaded was exactly the same. It's packed tight, so you're going over bumps and stuff. It's not falling over and everything. And I'd be the driver, and I'm looking back and I'm saying, he's because he's signaling, okay, like go over to this row over here of hay, or we're done, let's go back. And I'm thinking, there's no possible way he can get another bale on. He's going to tell me to head back towards the barn. No way. He would pack. He put bales on there. I'm like, how the heck is he doing it? And why is he doing it? That's enough. But it's funny now, like ever since like growing up with that, I'm sure you're the same way. You learn a lot from your experiences growing up. But now I'm more like that now, where I just try to get the most, if I, pack it in. The same thing, like you get a wheelbarrow full of dirt, he would never move that wheelbarrow until you could not put one more speck of dirt on that wheelbarrow. And he used to drive me nuts. Like, why do you like that? And looking back, it's great lessons.
I do that with my trailer when we're loading the brush and stuff. Like Hunter, I don't know. He threw maybe like 10 branches on it. He's like, drive it over there now. I was like, no, we're going to load this up until sky. And I said, you don't throw it right here. You got to throw it up. You know what I mean, to get it on top there. And he doesn't like it because he just wants to get. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, let's load it down.
Yeah.
And
see, those are great lessons for him. Those are great lessons for him. He won't appreciate it right now, but later on in life, he's going to appreciate that.
Well, that's what I tell him. And, on the ride over there, we talk. And I was like, Hunter, I was like, because it can come. Sometimes I can come off as a little harsh with like how I do things, especially when I'm working and stuff. And I told him, I was like, nothing I say to you or nothing we do is to come at you or make you feel some type of way. I'm trying to show you because I know, like, this way is what works because I've tried every other way, and you know what I mean. And so I just want you to have common sense and be able to think for yourself. So when I hand you something and I say, hey, go put this in the truck, you know what I mean? Like, or something simple, like you can walk back there and be like, oh, okay, it needs to go here, or what I mean?
When you say that to him, does he acknowledge and understand what you're trying to say to him?
No, he knows because I love the kid.
Yeah.
Like I bust his chops and give him a hard time because, like I said, Tanya babies him on one hand, and I give him a hard time because I think it builds character, like when I bust his chops and give him, it makes him like try.
It seems like he wants to hang around with you too, right? So even though you're busting his chops, he still wants to hang around with you. So
see the video Tanya shot last night. So this kid, I told him he's 14. He's going to be 15 this year. And so me and Tanya's been talking. I was like, we got like a year and a half until we have to vehicle. And we've told Hunter that his budget is the same that his brother's budget was. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to buy Hunter something that costs a whole lot more than what Trevor got his for. It's not going to happen. And so we told him, he was like, I think we bought Trevor's truck. Tanya told me it was like $3,500. I thought it was $3,000, but she said $3,500. So I told Hunter, I said, so there's your budget. You can get you a vehicle for $3,500. So he's been Googling and like going through, but this kid's got fancy taste, So he shows me a car last night. It's a BMW, right? And it's an old BMW, right? But I was like, really, this is what you want? So I go to use the bathroom. I was like, I'm not looking at this crap right now. And I was like, get out of here with that, So I go to the bathroom. So he takes a chair and sits outside the bathroom door and was like sliding his phone under the door. He's like, look at this car. Like, and I'm like, yo. So Tanya was in the living room. She was shooting a video. And she's like, Elaine can't even go to the bathroom without this kid. And I was like,
that's a good sign, though.
Alone,
That's a good sign, though. He feels that close to you and that comfortable. That's fantastic. That's good. It's good stuff.
Well, like me and him, we spend a lot of time together, especially where I don't work now. And so I mean, we're close. I give him a hard time all the time, but he knows I love him. I do anything for him. You know what I mean? I just want him to be able to think for himself and do things.
And he will. 14 years old is that tough age, right? As a boy, you're just getting that age where you think you know everything, you want to do things yourself and everything, but you really haven't had much experience yet. So it's tough.
But it's also the prime time to mold them the way you want them.
Oh yeah,
to be.
totally. Oh yeah, yeah. You just don't learn with it.
listen, if you wait a few more years, you're not getting it back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
oh, absolutely. Like I said, he'll thank you for it. He may not appreciate it right now, but he'll thank you for it later on.
yeah. I think well, he's pretty good with his money. Like he really does. He'll save his money and buy things he wants.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's got some highfalutin taste. So everything he wants is like $500-600. Whereas his brother Trevor, if you just buy him a $5 fishing pole or something, that kid's happy.
Yeah.
You know? So I told Hunter, I said, listen, I said, with the taste you got, you better be a damn doctor or something, because you ain't going to be able to afford the shit you want when you get old. You know what I mean? So
you a good student?
Yeah, he's a good student, and he'll be something, dude. He's like, what do you think I should be? And we watched that 600-pound Life all the time, that show, and I was like, yo, you should be Dr. Now and do those gastric bypasses, because we love the show. Me and him watch it together all the time, and so now I think I've convinced him that he's going into that.
Oh, cool, good.
And
hey,
then,
so are you at your lawyer's office there, the law office late nonstop?
Yeah. The
because the whole Walmart thing there, where you robbed the store.
Oh my God, I did not rob the store. Sons of can't believe that crap.
Oh God. So what's going on there in Kentucky? There, they opening things up more. Your girl go back to work? Trying to go back to work?
She went back to work yesterday, and she hates it. She said it's a lot different. You know, they got to wear a mask and stuff, and
they keep them away from each other.
Yeah, they're trying to do the 6-foot thing, and then the messed up part is like breaks and stuff. They everybody's got staggered breaks, and there's only allowed 22 people in the break room at a time.
Well, you know what though? It's smart. That's the problem. I mean, people were, you know, if you don't do that kinds of stuff, people just human nature, right? You're going to get too close to each other, and then you have something happen. So it's good for it though.
So hopefully, I mean, is this going to be the norm from now on though? Like,
well, they say the vaccine is the key, right? If they get to a point where they've got a vaccine that they really believe works, then, but that they're saying that they're speeding up production of it, but they're still, I mean, the past are saying it's going to take a year before that happens, but that still assumes you're getting everybody vaccinated, right? I mean, there's a lot of people don't believe in vaccines. Here in New York, we've talked about all the homeless people, you know, the undocumented immigrants that are here. Are they going to come forward and get, I still have my concerns with that. You know, I think the big problem is that, like here in New York was the biggest issue was that if they had this huge breakout, they didn't have the hospitals, didn't have the capability to handle all the people coming in. Now that seems to be not an issue anymore, that they're handling all the cases they have. Because, you know, now you're starting to get people going like, okay, well, it's one thing that okay, some people have died. It's terrible. It's awful. And the way they died was terrible and awful. But, you know, we need to get back to work. You know, we'll be able to pay our bills and everything. So people really pushing to open things up again. You know, they raise some good points. Like they keep places like Costco and Home Depot open, but then they don't, like a small hardware store or, you know, smaller stores have been closed and restaurants have been closed. And, you know, you go to Home Depot and Costco, people are, you know, there's hundreds of people in there. So, you know, you get a lot of people that are putting a lot of pressure on the politicians to open things up more. You know, Memorial Day weekend's coming up and the beaches. So the mayor of New York City is closing the beaches, but then the beaches out in Long Island, which are just, you know, you can jump on a train, get out there, they're open. The beaches in Connecticut, I think they're open, but I can't hang out there too long. Like they're even talking. The mayor of New York City is a questionable guy, but he's talking about there's some stories he's going to put fences up in front of the water so you couldn't go in the water. Fences. It would be like hundreds of miles of fences to put up there.
How would that help?
To keep people, the theory is, I guess they wouldn't go in the water. For some reason, going in the water has become, and maybe it's the attraction of going to the water. So people then will say, well, if I can't go in the water, I'm not going to go to the beach. I mean, just, you know, the politicians want to make it look like they're doing something, right? They're in control. So enough's enough.
Well, but like you said, though, like, it doesn't matter what they do. If somebody, okay, like the Costco thing, like when I go to Lowe's, there's a ton of people in Lowe's.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, so you shut down all these small businesses that hold like 30 people.
Yeah.
And then you leave Lowe's open who capacity, 500.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's totally, you can, in fact, I would argue the opposite, because you could control in a smaller store, you could control how many people come in your store more. Like a lot of stores around here that are open, like liquor stores are open. They make, if it's a small enough store, they just have one inside per like at a time. The one
Yeah.
person does
Well,
his.
there's a smaller hardware store down here. It's called WD Bryant's.
Right.
And the place isn't that big. I don't know what the capacity is or whatever, but it's nowhere near what Lowe's is.
Right.
So, like, when I went to WD Bryant's the other day, it was like there was a line to get in. So only so many was allowed in. They do it at Lowe's too, but the difference is that at Lowe's, you can have 500-600 people in.
Totally. Yeah.
Whereas, that's the difference. And I think that so many people upset. It's like small businesses are the ones that get personally.
Exactly. Right.
And
small businesses are selling the same stuff as the big stores. It just doesn't. Yeah. And like you're saying, I think people are now seeing, okay, we can control the small stores better than we can control the big stores. Right.
Yeah. It's, my philosophy is the middleman, the blue collar people, the little people, always the one to get the wrong deal. So it's like, I understand it. I think if they was going to shut things down like they should have shut all those other stuffs down too,
Yeah.
But,
well, I think part of it is too, a lot of people, and I think I put myself in this category, and I'm not a big political guy, like, I'm a Democrat or Republican or whatever. It's more just having politicians that you have confidence in, first of all, that they know what they're doing and that what they're doing is the right thing, that they're, they're credible, that they're not up to something, right? They're not helping out their buddies. It's just, the part of the problem is with people, all these decisions are being made. People are saying, well, is it being made because it's the right decision, or is it being made because it's helping out some politician's buddy? That's the things where people start
president, I would fix it. Because listen, first and foremost, they should have every single politician, every single position, everything should have a term, amount of years they can serve.
Yeah.
Like the presidency's got 4 years. Right. I don't necessarily think that every single position should have 4 years. Maybe some of them should have 2, but they should have a term that they can set, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. These people are in politics for and plus, too, it's all the money, right? It's like these special interest groups and lobbyists,
well, see, that's what I was going to add in. Like you nip all that in the bud.
Yeah, totally. I actually think you should pay politicians more. I know this sounds strange. Pay them more, but then they can't be going other places to make money, right? It's like pay them properly so they can sustain a good lifestyle, right? If they're really doing their job. But the problem is now that they're politicians go in and when they leave office years later, they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars from them, and they made maybe $200,000 a year in their role as politicians. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's all them people sliding into their pockets and stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
But that's part of the reason why you need to set terms for all of them in there, is because they get comfortable and they learn the ropes, and then they just sit on easy street. You know what I mean?
And they're just concerned about getting reelected all the time, just keeping it going, right? So they're making decisions based on that instead of making the right decision. Listen, I'm only going to be here for 8 years or whatever it is, so I'm going to make the right decisions. I can't. Yeah. You know what? That's a good idea.
I wouldn't even give them 8 years, Joe. I wouldn't give them. I would give them, like, I think, who is it? Mitch McConnell. I think Mitch McConnell has been in for I don't know, like 30 years. Like, come on.
Well, Nancy Pelosi, the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's get that done. Let's get that done. Let's work on that.
We should run.
So here's the list of things we got to get done. We got to get.
Let's run. Right.
Well, we got a lot of things to do. We need to get a to-do list. All right. We got like the tractor. We got to get started. We got to do our Christmas carols.
Sure.
We got what else? I'm going to get you the workout program.
Yep.
We got all the porches are built, or there's still more porches to build?
Well, I got some stairs. I just ain't messing with.
Okay. And then we got to change the whole political landscape in the United States.
Yeah. I think we should just run for office. And
as a team?
Our campaign, yeah, big dummy, little dummy. Yeah. And seriously, like, I think the problem is we need to kick these people out of office and put new people in. We need. I
agree.
People around here,
We need to clean out the whole system. Just change the way it's done. The whole money thing, just it's a problem. I like it. So we're getting rid of all the special interest groups, lobbyists. We're having term limits.
Yeah. Lobbyists are done. They're the majority of the problem.
Right.
You lobbyists, you put terms on it. You do all that. It's like, if you want to be in office and make a change, then you're gonna do it. And we give you this much time, you might do something. We give you the rest of your life. You just gonna hem all.
I like it. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to run for office as one candidate, like is the two of us together?
I don't know how I don't know how this works. I mean,
Well,
I'm thinking we could run for. I'd be president, you'd be vice president, but
see, I can't. Maybe I can be vice president. I was born in Canada. I can't be president. I'm not sure about vice president.
yeah, you'd be vice president.
We just have our own show. We just do our own show on politics, right?
Well, I see. Okay, I'm not that smart when it comes to that stuff.
Why?
Like, I don't. I don't understand all the breakdown of all of it, but I do know that 95% of them some bitches are crooked all get out. So it's like,
right. So okay, so let's have our own show. You know what? If we have our own show, we're not tied to any rules or anything like that the president or vice president be. So we'll just guide people in the right direction. We'll bring it all out. And I think it's better that we're not that smart about politics, right? The people that are smart about politics get all wrapped up in the whole political system.
Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor.
Yeah.
They didn't know anything about politics.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but I think they did pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
they pretty good governors and stuff.
How about there's a guy that ran for mayor in New York City. He called himself the rent was too damn high was his that's the name of his campaign. Right, the rent is too damn high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty funny guy. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Let's dedicate a show. We'll really get ourselves in trouble talking about politics. Seriously, that'd be classic though, right? Like just call them all out, you know, and just like.
No, come on. I don't think that half of them's honest. I don't understand how we, the people, have allowed a select few to troll us like they do and give us dimes when they're sitting on fat stacks. I don't understand why we done that.
So they've got the system all wrapped up now, and we have a choice between basically, or other candidates. It's a Democrat or a Republican candidate, and that's all we vote for. And we get divided by the media too, right? Because you watch the media. The media's, you get some channels are, they get CNN, which they call the Clinton News Network, and Fox is going more Republican. That's the same story you can watch on different networks. So they get a whole different take on it, and they do the same thing all the time. Every time there's some story, they get somebody from the Republican side and somebody from the Democrats, and then they argue over each other, and you can't even hear what they're talking about. But they do it over and over, and people watch that over and over, and they think that that's what they get accustomed to believing, that that's the way it's supposed to be. I agree that it should be about the United States of America, not about the Democrats or Republicans. Yeah,
it should be about the people. Everybody. If the blue collar people, like the blue collar people, is the ones that's basically been put in a hurt with this quarantine. But if we all stay home, blue collar stays home, the country shuts down. That's just how it works. So why isn't it the blue collar people? Like the ones making some decisions, we the one doing running the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Totally. I think we've all just got to the point where we just say, you know what, we can't make a difference anyways, right? We shouldn't be thinking that way, but that's the way it's kind of evolved. Like, what am I going to do? I can vote. This is obviously you've got to do that, but we should all be standing up and screaming and yelling at the top of our lungs to enough.
Yeah. This stuff is broken, and it's not broken in our favor. It's the people sitting in those seats that control everything and run things, and majority of the people. Like if a politician, they up the taxes. Most of the time, do politicians even pay taxes?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they pay their taxes.
Yeah, but do they pay like normal taxes? They don't.
Well, they get a lot of rats. I mean, they're basically allowed to do things like insider trading, for instance, right? They're allowed to do that. So they know all the write-offs and everything like that. They're smart. Yeah. Here's the thing for me too. Like people say, like the country's messed up on that. To me, this is a fantastic country. Like the country itself, like Niagara Falls, the Great Lakes, the oceans, the beaches, everything. Like the physical part of the country is fantastic, and there's fantastic people in the country. The vast majority of people in the country are incredible. People volunteering. Helping neighbors and helping coach kids hockey or baseball or whatever it is. There's fantastic people. Are there bad things? Absolutely, but it's we get conditioned to believe by watching the news that all these terrible things are going on, or that Donald Trump is just a disaster, or Barack Obama, whichever side you're on, or against. We get conditioned by watching TV all the time that all these things are going on. To me, I love this country. It's fantastic. I agree with you, though. We got the political side of it's got to get cleaned up.
Yeah, it makes me sad because it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be like so one-sided. Yeah. doesn't have to be that way, but
Yeah.
the masses, we kind of just sit back and let things go the way they are. And
I,
that,
I saw a documentary or something, I can't remember, some news story or whatever. They talked about of all the campaign financing, there was, I think it was like 60% of all the campaign finance money comes from like 60 or 70 either uber wealthy families or large companies are the ones that donate the money. So they're basically in control. Like, so they're paying all the politicians, like they're giving them money to help them get reelected. So then the people that get reelected feel, well, I've got to pay these people back. I got to do them favors, right? So they're in control. So that's,
so, okay. If we ran for office, how can we like run if we don't have the money to do so? That's a catch-22, you know? It's like, all right, well, okay, like me, I felt like I would be great in a position of power because I would be like, I would be fair across the board and like, I'm not crooked as shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, how would I have the money to come in and compete with somebody that's been in it for years, knows all the freaking chutes and ladders?
Exactly. So that's how Donald Trump got reelected, right? Because he was an outsider. He wasn't like a typical, U.S. politician, right? So he's coming in and saying all these wild things, and everybody's like, "Oh God, he'll never get elected," because that's what people wanted. That's why he got elected, right? Because he was not the regular politician, but he was working.
I can totally run for office, and my campaign thing can be jump on the gravy train with
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Wouldn't that be something if there were those debates with those people too, and have them like, telling all their lies?
Because they would be like, oh, blah, 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 with some big words. And I'm like, listen, son, bitch.
Yeah. It'd be just like on Survivor, the two of us on there. Yeah, we do it together. Yeah.
Well, okay, like I'm not a stupid person by no means. No. I don't consider myself to be a upper tier intelligence either, and that's the thing is like majority of people are just common folk. They're not crazy smart. We have intelligence, but not like over the top. You start crunching numbers with me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I think people would get behind somebody like that, honestly.
Yeah, listen, you don't have to. To me, I don't think you have to be uber smart to be the president of the United States. You can hire, if it's about numbers, like you mentioned, you hire an accountant. There's always people around to do all the other little jobs. To me, it's a credibility issue. But it's turned into now, like you said, it's how much money can we raise for the campaign? What state do I win? What do I have to say in a certain state to win? I would rather just say, okay, this is who I am. I'm going to fight for the country. Here's all the things we're going to do. We're going to get rid of special interest groups. We're going to get rid of lobbyists. We're going to have term limits, all that kinds of stuff. That's what people want to hear.
That though, because it's like the people that sit in those places and make those decisions about passing this or passing that. If you come in and suggest, totally. You're now, they're not going to push it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're not going to let that happen, right?
They're not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's where you got to get like the president to be such a guy that the vast majority of the country is behind him. So that all the people now are voting for those other, spots of congressmen and senators and all that kind of stuff are going, no more of this, because the president that I want is telling me don't vote for you because you're one of the ones that are causing all the problems. Only vote for the people that are going to do the things that is going to make the country better. But yeah, I'm with you. It's so screwed up. It's just
politics is what hurts our country. They're the crookedness of it. I just think across the board, across the nations, not just our nation, across the nations. I just wish everybody could get along, not be so selfish and greedy, and it's just not gonna happen, bro. It's just
no, it's not. Yeah, and it's on both sides, and it's frustrating. But like I said, though, too, I still think the country's such a fantastic country. It's unfortunate that the politicians have to be the way they are, but I say,
well, it says in the good book that the root of all evil is money. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. It's like, that's a true statement. Because look, I think there's people that goes into politics that have great intentions and they really do want to change things. And they get in there and they start getting their hands greased and this, and this. And I think it changes them. I think power changes people. Yeah. And I don't think it changes them for the better. I think it changes them for the worse. I'm not saying that all politicians are bad, because they're not. You do have a few good. But if you're only one or two or three or four going against hundreds,
Yeah.
it's hard to make a huge difference. And so, uh,
Yeah,
it's
I bet you the politicians that they're married and get kids and that they're fantastic family people. I hope they are, but just when they come to do their job, they've caught in this whole system where it's a mess.
Yeah.
So the root of all evil is money.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be evil tomorrow because I'm planning on winning Mega Millions tomorrow or tonight. I'm gonna win Mega Millions. I think it's like
you playing it, huh?
yeah, totally. I got the ticket. I'm not playing it. I'm winning it. It's done. It's a done deal.
If you win it, then we can run for office.
That's true. Well, we wouldn't have enough. I think after taxes, I'd have like about 110 million. I don't think that's going to get us too far. Well, I guess we could I guess you're not running for president to start with. Yeah.
We'll buy us an RV. We'll paint the side of it and put our faces on it. Big dummy, little dummy. And we'll just do a tour across the country.
Okay. I like that.
Funny.
Right. Okay. So tonight I'll win the lottery. We'll set up a tour. Yeah, so we don't have to run for. Do you want to run for office, or we just want to have our own TV show? Try to get rally the masses.
Well, I mean, we can do whatever. I mean, I'm down to do whatever. So it's like,
okay.
if you wanna run for office, which Putin, listen, you've already been in office.
We'll do get a couple of big motorhomes. So I'll have one big motorhome. You'll have a big motorhome. Drive across the country. We'll have loudspeakers.
Yeah. You ever watch Brother Where Art Thou, where they take the pickup truck with the band and the little person in the back sweeping, and it's like mayor whatever sweeping up the county. Like.
What's the other? The Beverly Hillbillies let that do. How'd that song go?
They give the California howdy.
Yeah. Beverly Hills, that is.
Yeah.
That's a great show. I used to love watching that show. That's fantastic.
That was a good show. The Cement Pond, Ellie Mae.
The Cement Pond, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Actually looked like my granny. My granny looked just like Granny on the show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she little bitty woman, little skinny thing. Sad, I'll get out. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's just be clear. So our to-do list. We got to write this down. Okay, workout program.
Wait,
what?
We need a secretary. What? A secretary.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. But we got to say. Okay, so we'll get a secretary to write. So we have to have a secretary to write down the to-do list. So before we can do to-do list, we got to find a secretary. All right. So I got to win. Okay. So first thing is I got to win the lottery tonight. That's done.
Yeah.
The bank will take care of. All right. So we'll get a secretary tomorrow morning. Okay. And then we're on a to-do list, right? And to-do list. Okay, so we just need to bother thinking about the to-do list until we get the secretary.
Yeah, I mean, we can brainstorm on the to-do list, but we can't actually make the to-do list.
Okay, all right, we can't do it. So, all right, so workout programs. Number one, getting the tractor fixed. We got to get that done.
Yeah.
Are we running for? We got to figure out the running for office thing, right?
We're gonna
fix the politics.
Yeah, we're gonna fix politics. We're gonna do a Christmas album. What I can't remember what else we said.
Yeah, I know. Christmas carols got to get done too. You're right. All the porches built. You got to do the stairs. You got to build a house there too. You got to build that house.
Yeah, I do. I'm waiting on the lawyer to call me back. We're doing the final paperwork on buying my uncle.
Oh, so I love this. So Ron Gresher is one of the guys I do that show with on Thursdays, one of my old teammates. And he has a hard time with technology, getting hooked on the computer. So one of our followers here, Joseph Ruggiero, thinks that Gresh should be Jed Clampett. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. You're busy, Tom, basically. You got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. I get that. Well, once we get the secretary tomorrow morning, they'll be fine, right? Because just writing down that to-do list is tough for you and I. Right? Maybe she can arrange to find a guy to fix the tractor too. We'll let her. That's one of her jobs.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. So managing our lives is gonna be one. She's gonna be one smart woman. Our secretary.
Yeah, we need a professional. We need professional help, Tom.
Yeah. Well, we need professional. There's no question.
You've heard that before, right?
Maybe she better be empathetic too, because that's who we are. That's kind of our symbol of the way we live life. We're empathetic.
Yeah, I think we would probably fare pretty well if we ran for office.
Yep.
We could run for like a small thing. Like,
So yeah, you don't go for president right away.
No, I don't know if the people would accept. I mean, big dummy, little dummy. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, but Donald Trump got voted in. He wasn't a politician. Big dummy, little dummy.
So yeah, lottery. I think we got a shot at winning.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'd be the first lesbian president.
What's that?
I'd be the first woman lesbian president.
Your criminal record might have a little bit of problem though. Like armed robbery there.
I have misdemeanors. I stole a newspaper stand. Come on.
Well, how about that armed robbery at Walmart? Didn't you have a gun on you or something too, or something?
Dude, if stealing, I never stole jack.
I know.
They accused me of stealing. So furious.
Can't
catch a break. Biscuit problems. Hey, Tom, did you buy one of my T-shirts?
I have to buy it.
Listen, go to Merch Labs. Yes, you do. I'll give you a promo code. Go to Merch Labs and get you a biscuit problem shirt and wear it in your workouts. That way I'm with you in spirit.
All right. So I have to buy one of your T-shirts.
I give you a promo code discount.
All right. Okay. So who we got here? So here's our to-do list. Mimsy, one of our followers, has got our to-do list here. Okay. Win the lottery, get a secretary, workout program, find a guy to get the tractor fixed, politics, Christmas album, do the stairs, build the house, managing Elaine and Tom's lives, run for office. Okay. Thank you. That's pretty good.
That's great.
Maybe Mimsy could be our secretary.
That's what I was thinking. Mimsy could just jump on board the gravy train.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Mimsy, we got to find out where Mimsy lives here. Mimsy, tell us where you live. Maybe we can't have her in one location, so she's going to be remote, right? So, because we can't have her here or can't have her in Kentucky. It's not fair. Do we have her work? She work from home?
Which she would have to work from home unless you move to Kentucky.
All right. So she's an administrator for a daily job. And in New Jersey, she lives too. So that's where all the winners go from Survivor 2. Excellent. Okay. So we found our secretary. Mimsy Adamson is now our secretary.
Okay.
She's going to leave her other job. So when I win the lottery tonight, she will quit her other job.
You got to put her. She's got to have full benefits.
Full benefits. Okay, that's fine. We do that.
Full benefits.
Right. Is she getting vacation time, or is this a 365-day-a-year job? I think they can't have her on vacation, right?
No, listen. I plan on taking vacation. So if I take vacation, she can take vacation.
Okay.
This is why I would be so good at politics, because I would not do to somebody what I wouldn't be willing to go through. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'd be good.
Okay. So I'm just trying to think though. So I guess she can take vacation. She can work on a vacation.
I mean, she can pack her laptop. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have to buy her a laptop?
Tom, you have to supply her with stuff to do. Like, you got to give
she got lots to do.
You got to give her the materials to work with. See, the people will agree that I would be a better politician than you, because you would fall into that pit of greed and stinginess, whereas I would be giving to everybody.
Mimsy just wrote it. She has her own laptop. She just wrote it here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so there you go. There you giving stuff away.
Listen, I'm gonna be her favorite boss. I will be her favorite boss. She's not gonna like you. I can tell.
Oh, so we get a little problem here. Hold on. I missed this. Liz here says that she applied for the job first. We get a little.
Oh, wait, this is what we do then. Then you have one assistant, I have an assistant, and then they work together.
Wow.
Just smart.
Well, I guess there's enough to do that we do need two assistants, because we're a mess, basically. I'm a sociopath with no empathy forever. You're a career criminal.
Right. Exactly. So basically, we'll have an assistant apiece, and then the assistants would have to correspond.
Okay. So we're gonna make sure that Mimsy and Liz get along. Okay.
Yeah. So
what we should do too is have our own TV show. Let's seriously like a Survivor kind of show. But it's called Big. It's all. So the big brand is Big Dummy, Little Dummy. Then, right? So when we sing our songs, it's Christmas carols brought to you by Big Dummy, Little Dummy. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but what TV show could we do though?
I just think our own. We have guests on, have a talk show. I think like, well, for you, you'd want it to be a late night show like Johnny Carson or something like that, you know, where you have a talk show. But
You see these eyes? Look, I wake up the later it gets.
yeah. Yeah, for me, I'd want to have it like at 3:30 in the morning. I guess we could do it at 3:30 in the morning because you'd still be awake. I'd just be getting up.
True, I am still awake. This is true.
Hold on here.
You brainstorm on TV shows on what we should do. I think. Listen, I seriously, it would be so fun if we would get an RV and drive cross country.
That would be fun.
That would be so fun, and then we could go to like go visit just everyday people,
right?
And crazy things that they do or whatever. Like just go to each state and just go visit. And
we have to have 2 RVs. We have to have 2 RVs though, because you got to bring.
I'm riding with you. I don't know why you try to separate us.
Well, but what do you do? Leave your family behind? You got to have your loved ones with you.
No, well, it's like a business trip, so we would be gone so many months.
Okay, all right. I kind of like to be by myself. I don't know, but I don't know if I'm with you all the time.
You have to be around me if you're going to do a TV show with me.
Yeah, but there's limited bits. I don't want to be around you all the time. I mean,
I'll be driving the RV while you're napping.
No, you're not driving. Yes. And I've got the RV all picked out. It's called an Earth Roamer. You got to look up Earth Roamer. It's this big like monster truck, and it's like big wheels on it. They put solar panels up on top. You can go out in the middle of the woods with it. No, it's like 4-wheel drive and everything. Oh,
yeah. I really think that we should do that.
Okay. All right. So first, it starts off. So we've got our 2 assistants. Are we going to call them assistants or secretaries? What do you call them now?
Well, ask them what they prefer.
Okay. Liz and Mimsy, do you want to be called assistants, secretaries, or what should your title be? Or what would your preference be? Just because you say you want that doesn't mean you're getting it.
Best friends.
Best friends? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So nothing can really start then until, like I said, the winning the Mega Millions is done tonight. That's a done deal. So really nothing starts till tomorrow when we sign these 2 up. They quit their other jobs. Do they have to give like a 2-week notice to their other jobs, or they just quit?
No, that's up to them.
I guess so, yeah.
They can put up with our BS. I would just walk away. But if they can't, they might want to be cordial with their other job in case they might need to come back.
Right. Oh, they want to be called. Oh, well, Mimsy wants to be called an assistant. Liz initially wants to be called an assistant, and then she says that later on she wants to be called a slave.
Okay, so I take the assistant, and you got the slave because you're more of a jerk than I am.
Totally. Do what you're told.
Me and Mimsy, we're more nice and kind people, so I'm gonna treat my assistant well, where you're probably gonna abuse yours.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Mimsy here throws a little monkey wrench in there. She says she wants to give them a 2-week notice. I don't think that's what fits for our schedule. We would need them.
She's my assistant, and I said she could.
Huh.
Liz is your assistant. Mimsy is my assistant.
Yeah, but what kind of loyalty is that, though? I mean, we're offering the chance of a lifetime, and she wants to give some other.
Tom,
what?
You can't mess with my assistant.
So now this is going to be a touchy subject. Who's the boss of you and I, though? Like, am I the boss?
Tom, I'm always the boss. I've always been the boss.
Huh, okay.
You're on my schedule, remember?
All right. Oh, that's right. My assistant would have to go. Well, Liz is like throwing monkey wrench. She can't get up at 3:30 in the morning. Like, one wants to give a 2-week notice. One can't get up on time.
Tom, it's not my fault that everybody loves biscuits and nobody likes you. It's not my fault.
Huh. Wow.
So basically I'm gonna have 2 assistants, and then I'll throw you a bone every now and again and make my assistants do stuff for you. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna make them do it. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Now they're saying Mimsy's saying that they're the bosses. Wow. Oh, what was going on here?
What happened?
I've lost total control of the situation here. You know. I'm not gonna win. I'm going to rip up my Mega Millions.
Dude, if you win the lottery tonight, I swear to God, I'm driving to Connecticut. I know. I'll drive to listen, I will hire a private investigator and I will find your house.
Yeah.
You'll see. If you win tonight, I swear I'm going to be at your door in 24 hours.
Done deal. Just figure on waking up. I don't know. Do I make an announcement that I've won the Mega Millions, or do I?
No, don't, because then people might try to kill you. I have to get there first and get a piece of it.
Somebody want to kill me? Bring it on. Let's go. Yeah. What we got here? Youpers. You know what a Youper is?
A what?
Youper. So this guy must be Tom Carlson. So when I went to school in Marquette, Michigan, I went to Northern Michigan University many, many moons ago. So Michigan is like two. People describe how Michigan is like there's two hands or something, right? Like there's an upper and lower Michigan. Mm-hmm. So the upper Michigan, they call themselves Youpers, like they're from the UP, Upper Peninsula. So they call themselves Youpers.
Oh, and they were saying you were the best?
No, Tom, us Youpers know you are the best. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
See? You got one. That's nice.
Tom Carlson's a nice man. Smart, intelligent man. Or maybe he's just saying that because he knows I'm going to win Mega Millions. That's why he's saying that.
Exactly. Oh, look, Mimsy sent me a friend's request on Facebook. Mimsy.
She is sucking up to you. Mimsy, have some credibility.
Nice. Back off.
Was Mimsy?
I have to get on there and see if I'm going to bump some people and put you. So,
Mimsy's yours, but my assistant Liz is talking about taking a percentage of my. Like she says she's going to take a percentage of my winnings. And I don't know what happened. Whenever I'm trying to be a good guy and have empathy and all that, it just goes out the window.
You need to get that Costco stiff arm mentality back.
Absolutely, get back.
Dude, you're going to be busy by yourself with no assistant.
I know. You'll have two assistants. I'll win the Mega Millions. You'll have two assistants. I'll have no one. I'll be driving around, but I'll be driving around my own motorhome, though.
No, I'm riding with you. There's not discussion.
We've been good at 24.
Brainstorm ideas and figure out what.
But based on your history, though, based on the way you acted at Survivor, you'll just bail on me at some point because that's what happened at Survivor.
Dude, right? I'm so loyal that I was willing to throw everything away to save your neck, stupid. So don't tell me that. I'm such a good friend to you.
Yeah, did me a lot of good. You bailed on me. And then you like the worst thing was though, when you got the swap and you went over the other side, it wasn't like you're looking back at me and said, "Oh, poor Tom," poor Tom. It was like you're jumping up and down and hugging Dan and hugging Tommy and all this kind of stuff.
I was nervous. I was so scared. I was upset though. I was disappointed we wasn't on the same tribe. It would have been so much fun if we were.
Look how I felt. I was sitting there. We just talked that day about how we're forming this alliance. The five of us got this alliance together. There they go. All four of the people in my alliance are gone. It couldn't get any worse. Seriously, like not just three of them or two of them. All four of the people I formed an alliance with are gone. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That's funny. That was a good time. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to do. I'll start tomorrow morning when I win the Mega Millions. And I'm really questioning this decision about Mimsy and Liz here, but we'll do some background check on them. But all right, guys, we'll be back again. What is today? Today's Tuesday, right? So we'll be back again on Thursday, and we'll be rolling in the dough.
Rolling in. Yep. All right. Bye.